Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to discuss the how to control test execution order in Selenium 4 using TestNG and Maven. So in this video, I am going to discuss three approaches. First approach is using priority attribute. Second approach is using depends on methods. And third approach is using testng XML if we have different classes. So let's jump to the code. So here I have already created one Maven project for the sake of saving time. And I have already added the required dependencies. So we need dependency for Selenium, which is 4.26.0 and testng. And And now I'm going to create one package here. Let's say login test demo. Okay. So inside this package, I am going to create one class login test. And I'm not selecting public static void main because we are going to use testng. Just click on finish. So class is created. Here I am taking simple scenario. So I'm creating simple test because here our goal is to understand how to control the flow of test execution. So first method I'm going to create open browser. Okay. Second method I am going to create login. Then third method I am going to create logout. Okay. And as we are using testng, so we can mention here test annotation. Okay. And control shift O, all the required libraries are added to this class. Okay. Now here I am going to print one statement, open browser. Then here I am going to print one simple statement, login. And here also simple print statement, logout. Okay. Let's saving it. Control Shift F for formatting and Control S for saving. So, so first I'm going to execute this test without adding any without adding any priority. So what will happen? Let's see. So the thing is, when we do not give any priority, the default priority is 0. Okay, because we have not given any priority to these test cases. So priority, by default priority would be 0. So all the tests would be having priority 0. So in which order these tests will be executed? So as per the functionality, if we don't give any priority, so in that case, the execution order, it will pick according to the alphabetic order of the method name. So suppose here alphabetic order, so which will come first in alphabetic order? Login. So this will come first. Login. Then Log. Then log out will come, and then open browser should come. So this time when we are not giving any priority, so these tests should run in the order like this: first login, then log out, then open browser. So let's execute. Let's run this and see what happens. So run as testng test. Okay, so here we can check. Okay, so first it should run login. Second, it should run logout. And third, it should run open browser. So when we have not given any priority, so it ran in the alphabetical order. Okay. So next I am going to give priority. Okay. So first test I am going to give priority attribute. Priority is equal to 1. Second, priority is equal to 2. Okay, I am just saving it. And for the third test, it is logout. I am not giving any priority. So as I mentioned earlier, if we are not giving any priority, so by default priority would be 0. So let's see what happens. So as per the functionality of testng, the lower number is equal to higher priority. So when two test cases have given, suppose one first is given 1 and second is giving priority 2. So so whatever the lower number, it will execute first. So if priority one test will execute first, and priority 2 test will execute later. So lower number is high priority, and default priority is 0. Okay. And one more thing is, so if you mix at the rate test annotation without priority, and with the ones without priority will run first. So in our case, what will happen? So one priority is there, two priority is there. What is the lowest priority out of these three test cases? So lowest priority is for log out test, because by default priority is 0, and 0 is less than 1 and 2 priority. So now what will be the flow of execution or order of execution? What will be the order of execution? So first it will run log out, then it will run open browser, and then it will run login. Okay, remember this. So I am going to run this. Let's see what happens. So right click, run as testng test. Let's see what happens. So as we discussed, first it should run logout, second it should run open browser, and third it should run login. So the test which we have not given any priority, that is 0, and which is less than 1 and 2 priority, ran first. This is logout. Okay. So what next? And we can also provide negative priorities. So negative priorities are also allowed. So in our case, suppose if the first test case, instead of +1, I am giving minus. If we are giving minus, so tell me what will be the order of execution. Now, what will be the order of execution? So which is the least priority number? That is -1. And we have not given priority to this. So by default, this is 0. So first, this test case should execute. Then 0 priority should execute. Then this test case should execute. So what will be the execution order this time? So first, open browser. Then it will execute logout, and then it will execute login. Okay, remember this. So I'm going to run this and let's see what is the order of execution. So run as testng test. So we can observe here. Okay. So first it should run open browser. See here. This will give the correct sequence under results of running classes. Okay. So first it should run open browser, then log out, and then log in. Okay. In this way, we can control the flow. In this way, we can control the flow of execution. Okay. So we can control the order of execution using priority attribute. Now, what next? So next thing is we can also use depends on method parameter to control the order of execution. So in our case, so I'm removing all the priorities. We have completed priority related stuff. So we don't have any priority. Now depends on method. Depends on method we can use to control the order of execution. So if one test must run only after another passes. So how we can give here depends on method. So suppose this under test annotation we can provide depends on methods is equal to, suppose, not here, not here. We can, this time we can right into the second. So suppose depends on method. So let's say login test depends on method. Okay, methods. Okay, yes, spelling mistake. So and we can add here depends on method like this. So it depends on login. Okay. So so login method depends on opening browser and logout method is depends on login method. So now what will be the order of execution? So guess what will be the order of execution now? What will be the order of execution? So this method depends on this. So first open browser will execute. Okay. Then login will execute. Then logout will execute. So execution order should be like this. So let's run and see it is happening or not. So right click, run as testng test and go to the results of running class and just match with this. So open browser first, log in second and log out third. So in this way we can use depends on method and we can control the order of execution. But the but what is the difference between priority and depends on methods? So the purpose of priority method is it defines execution order, while the purpose of depends on method is define dependency between test. Means login will happen only after the browser is launched. Okay, and inside under the priority attribute we can provide the only integer value like priority is equal to 1, priority is equal to 2, or priority is equal to -1. But for the depends on methods we can only provide a string or array of method names. And as far as execution control is concerned, so priority for the priority test run in increasing priority order. Means lowest priority number will execute first, and execution control for depends on method. So test runs only if dependent method pass, and if a method fails, so for in the case of priority, next test still runs. If suppose priority one test case is failed, so priority two test case will run. It doesn't affect with that. So next test still runs. But in the case of depends on methods, dependent test is skipped, but it is not failed. So in the result, it will show the the test is skipped. Okay. In our case, if suppose open browser test is failed, and this test is the second test, it depends on this, so it will skip. In the test result, it will show the skipped. Okay. So, and if it is skipped, so third case also will be skipped. Okay. And as far as scope is concerned, so for the priority, it works within the same class. So priority we cannot implement across the classes. So it priority has scope within the same class only. And for the depends on methods as well, it works within the same class. And where we should use, so priority is best for simple ordering and no real dependency. And depends on method we should use where the true functional dependency is there. Suppose unless and until browser is not launched, we can't perform login. So in such type of cases where one functionality is dependent on other, so in that case we can use depends on method. And what is the drawback for priority? So for priority, drawback is no skip on failure. So so no skip on failure. If suppose there is priority one test case is failed, so priority two case, priority two, there is no skip on failure. And as far as depends on methods is concerned, so it is not suitable for large interdependent test beds. Okay. So so one more thing is left. So we have completed using priority attribute. We have completed using depends on method attributes, and one more very important. So can we control uh, order of execution for classes? So let's discuss on that. So how we can use the testng.xml. Okay. So how we can use. So let's modify our current script. Okay. So so what we can do. So let me create. So the same test I am dividing into different classes. Okay. So inside this package, I am creating one class o- open browser. Okay. Then I am creating another class login. Okay. Then another class I am creating logout. Okay. So inside login class, I am just copying and pasting for the sake of saving time. So I am taking for opening browser here. Okay. And the second is login. So this code is related with login. So okay. And third one is logout. So I will remove depends on method. So I'm just removing this. Uh, removing this. Okay, there is that. I'm closing this and I'm deleting the previous class. Okay. So we have login, then we have opening browser, login, and logout. Okay. I'm just saving it. So how we can use testng.xml, how we can use testng.xml to control the order of execution. Okay. So how we can use it. So first of all, we need to create what we need to create. We need to create the testng.xml. So how we can create it? So we need to go to the project name, right click and testng and convert to testng. So here we can provide the location, suite name, test name. So everything I am taking by default, whatever default is there, I am taking and clicking on finish. So we can observe where testng.xml is created. And we have all the three classes here. Okay. Log out, log in, open browser. Okay. Now I am going to run our test through testng.xml as a test and the suite. So right click and what will be the order? Let's see. So first class is mentioned in our testng.xml is log out and log in, then open browser. So it should run in this order only. So right click, run as testng suite. So we can observe here what is the order. It should be the same order. So first log out, then log in, and then open browser. Okay. So what we can control it through this testng.xml. Okay. So how we can control this? So first of all, we need to open the browser. So and then we need to log in. Okay. This should be the flow. Control Shift and F and Control S for saving. Okay. So now what should be the order? Order should be the same as it is mentioned inside the testng.xml. So first open browser should run, then log in, then log out. So in this way, we can control the order of execution from classes point of view. So let's rerun this test and see it is executing as per the expected order or not. So right click, run as testng suite. Just observe. Open browser, then log in, then log out. So in this way, we can control the order of execution by using priority attribute or using depends on methods attribute and using testng.xml at the classes level. So if you found this helpful, do not forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Drop your questions or suggestions in the comments below. Thank you for watching and I will see you in next video.